Hello everyone, and welcome back to Unbound Learners Pre-K. How are you doing today? That's great to hear. Are you ready to sing our good morning song together? Stretch your arms out like airplane wings, and let's fly to one side, fly over to the other side, fly back to the middle, and now take your airplane wings into a big circle out in front of you like this. Next, bring the circle up over your head, and we'll stretch to one side, over to the other side. One more stretch up at the top, and bring the circle back down. And now it's time to sing together. If you know the words, you can sing with me. Good morning, dear earth. Good morning, dear sun. Good morning, dear rocks and flowers everyone. Good morning, dear beast and birds in the trees. Good morning to you and good morning to me. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Circle Time. I hope that you are all having a wonderful day so far. Before we get started with the calendar and weather chart, there are 3 things that we need to do. First, let's turn on our listening ears. The second thing that we need to do is put on our thinking hats. Mine is right over here next to me. I'm going to put it on top of my head, and today my thinking hat has a ribbon under my chin, so I'm going to tie it up into a bow. And the third and final thing that we need to do is warm up our hearts, like this. Boom, 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 boom. And now we're ready to start circle time. Let me get my pointing stick from behind me, and first, let's go over the date. The month is right up here. Do you know what the month is? June. The month is June, and today is June 24th. I'm going to move the chip over from yesterday. Yesterday was June 23rd. Today is June 24th. And right up here we have the year. You can say that it's 2021, or you can say that it's 2021. Both ways are correct. Will you say the date with me one more time? Today is June 24th, 2021, or 2021. So as you can see, the month of June is almost over. Next week, we will begin a brand new month. But let's use our counting fingers and let's see how many days are left in the month of June. Will you count with me? After today, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 days left in the month of June. Keep those 6 fingers up. And let's put up one more finger. Now we have 7 fingers, and we're all ready to sing the Days of the Week song. Will you sing with me? There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now let's go down to the bottom of the chart, and I'm going to tell you the sound that the day starts with. If you know what the day is, you can say it with me. Are you ready? Yesterday was W. Wednesday. That means that today is Th. Thursday. Tomorrow will be F. Friday, the last day of the weekday. Let's go back to today. Will you sing Today is Thursday with me? It goes like this. Today is Thursday, today is Thursday, today is Thursday, all day long. Today is Thursday, today is Thursday, today is Thursday, all day long. Up at the top of the chart, we have the season. This is a fairly new season. Do you know what the season is? Summer. That's right, friends. It's summertime where I live. Now let's go down to the bottom of the chart and let's sing the weather song together. What's the weather? What's the weather? Can you tell? Can you tell? Is the sun shining? Is the rain falling? Can you tell? Can you tell? Today is a picture of the sun poking through the clouds. When I look outside of my window, it's mostly cloudy. The sun is still trying to poke through the clouds. Later today, we are supposed to get some thunderstorms. My temperature chart is on orange because it's warm today. Warm and mostly cloudy with a possible thunderstorm later this afternoon. What do you see outside of your window? Thanks for sharing the weather with me. Now let's move on to the letter, the number, and the sign of the week. Today is going to be the last day talking about this uppercase or capital letter. This letter makes two sounds. The first sound is a short sound that sounds like this. Ah, ah. Can you make the short sound for me? That's right. And the long sound sounds like this. A, A. This is an uppercase or capital A. Are you ready to guess what's inside of the letter box? So what I have today is actually too big to fit inside of the letter box. You'll see why in a second. I have something that starts with the letter A. Here's your first clue. This is a branched horn. These are found on a male deer. Do you know what those are called? An antler. So this is an antler. An antler is a branched horn that is found on the head of a male deer. They come in a pair, so that means that they come with two antlers, one on either side of the male deer's head, but I just have one antler right here. When I moved to where I live now, I was walking around the land and I actually found this antler outside. We have lots and lots of deer where I live. Usually we only see female deer called does, but this fall we actually had a male deer called a buck visit us in our front yard quite a few times, and the buck had a big set of antlers on top of his head. Antler starts with the letter A. This is how you write a capital or uppercase A. One more time. Today will also be the last day going over this number of the week. Do you remember what number this is? 4. Let's count 4 fingers together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's count to the number 4 using the large bead frame. This week, we are going to be counting to the number 4 using the large bead frame. So we are going to be counting the green beads, which are units at the top. Let's count to the number 4 together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units. And let's take a peek and see what I have inside of the box to count today. I have these really cool leaves. I picked these leaves from a fern, which is a type of a plant. I really like these leaves because they have ridges or bumps along the edges like this. Let's count them and see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 leaves. Will you show me how to say ocean in sign language one last time? That's right, friends. Let's do that together. We are going to make waves with both of our hands like this. Ocean. One of the most beautiful and magical parts of the ocean is the coral reef, which is an underwater ecosystem. Coral is actually an animal, not a plant. A coral polyp is a very tiny sea creature with a soft body, similar to a jellyfish. A reef forms underwater when a polyp attaches itself to a rock and then multiplies until the reef becomes a large branch or mound. So because coral reefs require a lot of sunlight and warm water, they are usually found in the sunlit zone of the tropical oceans. The largest coral reef is called the Great Barrier Reef, and it's located in the Coral Sea, near Australia. A healthy coral reef is bright and colorful and comes in a variety of sizes and shapes. A coral reef is extremely important because it holds the seabed in place and keeps the ocean water clean and provides a nesting ground and security for so many sea creatures. However, because of pollution and changes in the ocean's temperature, the coral reefs are in trouble. Earlier this week, we talked about why it's so important to take care of the ocean. And when we keep the ocean clean, we also are protecting the coral reefs. Let's check out today's work. A sponge is a type of a sea creature that lives in the coral reefs. So for today's work, we are going to do some sponge painting. For this work, I am using the sponges from Tuesday's activity, and I just used some scissors and I cut them into smaller pieces. You're going to need some paint and a piece of paper. So a healthy sponge and a healthy coral reef are bright and colorful. So make sure that you pick out some colorful paints for this work. Instead of using a paintbrush, I'm going to take a sponge and dip it into the paint and start painting like this. Now when I do sponge painting, I just like to dab and press down gently like this. Dab, 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 dab. And let's try some red. So when I dab the sponge, I notice the texture. It makes a pattern like this. But if you prefer to do more paint strokes like this, you can do that instead. Here's some blue, and if you prefer to paint almost like you're using a brush, feel free to do that. Or again, you can just press gently and dab like this in order to notice the texture that the sponge makes. I can even see that I made some green right here when I mixed the yellow and the blue together. I can see some green. And here is my colorful sponge painting. Let's get back to circle time. Welcome back to Circle Time, friends. Today wraps up our unit on ocean exploration. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and find me on OutSchool for my live and interactive classes. You can also support my channel by checking out my Patreon page and gain access to bonus features for your child. Let's sing one more song before we go. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you next time. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you back on Monday as we switch from saltwater to freshwater habitats. See you on Monday, everyone.